People, welcome to the beginning of the third age of mankind. 10 years after the Earth-Minbari War, where Babylon 5 project was our last best hope for peace. Now, to win that peace, we have our crew of 3 humans and a Centauri, ready to wreak havoc. The humans, well, one of whom is unavailable this week due to internet connection issues. But we have the return of our prestigious captain, Wesley Zadora, played by the man himself, Whimsy.
Yeah, hey guys. It's good to be back.
We have the star of last week's show, Colonel Malone, played by Dr. Spooky, and his sidekick, Landas Cortas, as played by the Great Lord himself, Great Lord D himself. Alright, as far as I remember, the last thing you were left to do is you were being approached by a squadron of fighters coming from Babylon 5 to check on the odd energy readings they discovered in your area, which is, quite frankly, reminiscent of weapons fire. Now, let's see. Before we do that, is everything in the stream hearing me alright, and everyone else?
Yeah, let's get a mic check over here.
Yeah, that's a good point. This time, stop the thing with that instead of actually playing the game. So,
Frog Scanner, can you confirm if you're hearing us, buddy?
So, any issues? No? Volume is excellent, just don't crash. Okay, that reminds me, guys, this week we are having a bet going on. The guy or gal who guesses the closest time for crash, if we have any, gets this €5 bill sent to them in a letter. That's a 10-minute window. You have the guess. So no bettings like more than 1 minute.
We can't bet on ourselves, can we? Would that be a betrayal of trust?
No. You can bet on yourself. But
yeah.
If you bet and there is no crash, you have to submit a donation of $1 to Lawful Stupid. That's the deal. That's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. So, or you can subscribe. I'll take that as well. Other than that, indeed, we have Monopoly money. This is a genuine Monopoly money. You can use it on any Monopoly game, and I bet people will accept it. So, you have to guess the time, but not the player. The first crash only. The last crash will be counted for. Will be a special bonus, I mean. So let's get this show on the road.
Yeah.
So, last you guys had an issue on your hands. An approaching squad of fighters. A telepath do his own thing with the Narn. I do believe there were some accidental shots fired in the cargo hold of your ship. For some odd reason, all 3 accidental shots hit a back of a head. A Narn head, to be precise. What a terrible accident. Now, I've gone quiet. I'm getting messages that are...
Yeah, you're further slightly from the mic.
Oh,
just as you came back.
I adjusted my mic, so that's probably it. Okay.
Yeah. Perfect.
Right. Okie dokie.
So, who do we have on comms? Talking to
comms, you have your Centauri edition, which would be Jaddo. He's using the comms and sort of sensors and comms as they are next to each other. So he's not very good at using the comms, as in speaking, but he's very proficient at it. Speaking is not his strong suit. So the issue is you got the 5 incoming signals. The estimation is they will reach your position inside 10 minutes.
I still unconscious.
You are still unconscious, unfortunately. So unless somebody uses a stim pack on you.
Now we're
Sure. Let's save our erstwhile comrade.
I've been
from
saved.
this-
I'm just like just hurt.
Oh, on that note, this is also the point where when Veer dashes out of the quarters of the ambassadorial suite, going, somebody, please help! He's gone unconscious. He's not responding. Please help! And suddenly, all the responsibility is thrust upon the captain to decide what to happen. And
okay. Right. Boys and girls, this is the clusterfuck. Let's disengage, get these 2 roused, and deny everything from the Narn ship. We don't know. We just came and found them. Get to it.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jaddo, the people are rushing to their posts to do their things. Though, one question comes. Sir, do you want us to try and escape, or do you want us to stay and welcome them?
We will stay and welcome them, and if anyone asks, this is a sanctioned retrieval op to capture suspected fugitives. Yes. And otherwise, stand on that. I do not believe that the fighters from Babylon 5 actually have the legal capacity or power to hold us. I say this confidently. I don't know how true this is.
All right.
Yeah.
The crew nods to your direction, and they should we release the Narn vessel, or should we leave it detached as is?
Leave it attached.
Meanwhile, your engineer Vesa is awfully worried over the safety of your highly esteemed main pilot, whose condition is that of an unconscious person. She rushes into the room with Veer, going, "Oh dear, this is a travesty. Such a handsome man losing conscious all of a sudden." And you can hear the speaking coming from the ambassadorial quarters as she proceeds to console Veer on the loss of his brother-in-law to the sad state of unconsciousness.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, though, the next thing to happen is you wait for the agonizing few minutes for the Babylon 5 crew to approach. They send another message going, "This is Babylon 5 Zedoing. Is anyone listening there? Please respond."
Yeah, I'll get on the cups. Yes, this is Captain Wesley. This is Captain Zadora. How can I help you?
This is the leader. We received reports of weapon fire in your vicinity. We will have to investigate. Please turn off your engines and do not move. We will be there in 7 minutes.
Negative, Babylon 5 station, Babylon 5 fighter. This is not, in fact, unified Babylon 5 space. You do not have investigatory or enforcement powers in this area, so
That's a
kindly
negative.
mind your own business.
That's a negative. This is Epsilon space. This is under our jurisdiction. Please remain still, or we will be forced to open fire. Do I make myself clear?
Could I try a legal role? So
Sure.
bamboozle them with legalese.
Sure, you can do that.
Okay. That was a previous character. I do not, in fact, have any levels in advocate, so I will. Shit. Okay, guys, we may be going away for a long, long time, but if we don't cooperate with the police, we'll be fine.
That's all right, because I didn't do nothing.
Yeah, well,
All you did was get
stick to that line. Stick to that line.
Technically, you're the victim.
Yeah, indeed, yeah. Okay, in that case, we wait unless either of my compatriots here has a better idea.
Alright, so as you wait, the Babylon 5 escort wing arrives to your position. They quickly scan you with their small fighter scanners, and there comes a rather stern message going like, take the course of 475 and follow our lead.
Right. Okay, so they have us bracketed with fighters or something?
Yeah, they take positions around you, like noticing that you have docked the other ship into you. They are giving you orders to take heading towards Babylon 5.
Okay. This is an outrage. Babylon 5-1. But we have no choice but to comply with your ham-fisted demands. Zadora out. At this stage, I'm turning to the rest of the crew and sort of, look, I know I didn't have this on your resume and CV applications. Is anyone good with explosives? Go on, hands up. Don't be shy.
The crew looks at each other and yes, I do have basic understanding in the art of explosions, sir. The Centauri lady declares.
Excellent. And would you happen to have anything on hand?
Unfortunately, no. I am ill-equipped with the art of explosions. I was not aware that we would be needing such things in this vessel.
Colonel?
But there is one thing we might want to consider. If it is the other ship you are talking about, we could try and rig it for self-explosion using their own engine.
Perfect. Yes. Now, hands up for volunteers. Anyone?
You would have to. What is the Earth word for it? Jam it up. Add
Perfect.
jam on top to make it more tasty.
Yes, that too. I don't pose to correct her understanding of Earth Common, but maybe she could be upskilled later. Yes, that's the current hastily botched together plan to destroy the evidence here. I go to get our ship's engineer and the colonel over here. Due to his military background, he surely knows something about sabotage and demolitions. Look, now, I know you're Carlos. I know you're I know you're innocent here, but me, your captain and friend, maybe in something of a sticky situation, can I rely on you to help me out and keep your mouth shut? Oh, are you? Has he been stimmed at this point?
Nope.
Right.
He's not responding to you.
I run through the monologue just to practice it once or twice. Then I stim him. And just a dry run.
Are you trying to talk to me? Because I'm still a little bit unconscious. You could just
Yeah,
slap
exactly.
me awake if you want.
Do we not have some sort of like slap needle injectors or something like
Oh.
space amphetamine?
You
I don't know.
have a medbay on your ship, so your medical supplies are limited to first aid only.
And Femi, which there's
Basic.
2 of them. I got one and Femi's got one, but
So you got basically... perhaps roll me a medic check to recognize the medical supplies. If you don't have a medic, roll me intellect check with the penalty of 3. No, actually, intellect or education. Either will work.
Yeah, sure, it's a 12. Yeah, I know what
Yeah,
Nice.
definitely.
drugs look like.
Yeah,
Good
you
of my
recognize
good
these
review.
drugs. You've been using these to stay awake for a few cram tests, so time to use them. And you pop a stim back into poor Noah, who suddenly breathes in, and he notices that he's a bit blanked out. But you have some odd memories of some big spider thing, but nothing more than
I
that.
grab Wesley. Save her on the ship.
That's your conscience slowly returns to you as the situation improves in your bloodstream. You feel pain all around. There's also more bandage on you than there is clothing.
Oh, what happened? What happened, Wes?
Look, Noah, I'll tell you later, but for now, we have a mission to do. I need you to come with me and rig up a ship's reactor core to explode. So you take 5 minutes, and then we'll go do it.
What? Yeah. What are we blowing up? What? What now? Why? The shuttle?
No, the other ship. Unfortunately, we were intercepted by Babylon 5 fighters. And I tried a scheme, which fell through. We're now toasted, so we need to destroy the evidence.
Yeah. Is this real life again? Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. All right. How long do we got? Show me what we got to do.
How long do we have on that?
Where's Landas?
Yeah.
Landas, are you here? Landas, come in. Landas, are you with me?
He is not in a good way either.
All right. One thing at a time. Take me to their ship.
Well, you are escorted to the ship, which now shares in your... Well, actually it doesn't, because there is still the hole in it, so it's blocked by an airlock. There is a vacuum on the other side, which is the first major hurdle of it. However, as you do have vacuum suits and you are proficient in their use, you don't need to particularly roll on it. However, what I would want to ask is, what is it that you are going to be doing inside there?
Well, what I would like to do is I have certain knowledge that Wesley does not. I have the knowledge that there's something possibly in there as well. Regardless though, if we want to blow up this ship, I think, well, I got a couple grenades, but that doesn't matter because I'm sure we could set up the computer system to blow after 30 seconds. We're good for self-detonation. Unless that's not how this works. You tell me.
It's definitely how it should work. The issue is that someone blew a hole in the computer system. And some people gave a blast at its engines before you disabled the ship. Or
This
as
is
a
true.
part of disabling the ship. So most of its power systems are sort of, how would you call it? Gone boom?
Yeah. This is true. Wesley, I don't know that this is going to be possible. Look, computers might be possible down, but I remember shooting down their engines and, well,
Can we not place explosions so that
give me a few seconds here to finish putting on this back suit.
is there not sort of radioactive material, nuclear containment units, antimatter, space MacGuffins that are in engines with Babylon 5?
Wesley, why are we trying to blow this thing up again?
We have 3 dead Narns and an act of, I believe, what constitutes space piracy here. Unless you have a better idea.
Yeah, I mean, that was the plan. We were the good guys here, remember? What do you mean? We being held or something?
Yeah. There's a wing of Babylon 5 fighters around our ship. I'm improvising wildly here.
And your plan is to blow it up while they're on their route. Wesley, this is not a good plan. This is not a good plan. You're the captain, but if you really want to do this, we'll do this. But my recommendation is we talk our way out of this. We let them know what happened.
All right, no. On your... Look, you're the expert here. You were out at the sharp end. I only did that one action before they stuck me behind a desk.
All right, if you don't mind, I'll go ahead. I'll talk to them. But let's go to. Can I activate the? Are they still hailing us? Can I activate them through the comm system?
Yeah. You should be able to activate the call system. They are in the vicinity, close enough to be affected.
This is the Jacaranda. Is this Babylon? Over.
This is Zeta Leader.
Yeah, we're in need of assistance. There's been some sort of there's been some attack, and we've got a few injured over here. That's the distress call that you're seeing. We were here to investigate as well. Over.
So, we did not receive any distress signal.
We got a beacon going off once we arrived over here. We turned it off. And we investigated ourselves, but we have a couple of injured on board. There's something bad happened. Over. Can you give us a few minutes to sort things out? Things are... I've just been shot and we're still trying to recuperate ourselves. Over.
This is Settlewing. You have more than enough time. You have more than enough time to go ahead and recuperate while we head towards the Babylon 5.
Roger that. Thank you. We'll rendezvous with you. Give you a full report. Over.
All right, carry on. These calls will be in schedule.
Well, there you go, Wes. We bought us a little bit of time. Now, why don't you tell me what happened here?
This is when our resident Femi is done with his private business inside his quarters that he has been quiet about so far.
Yes. So we're still docked to the ship, right?
Yes, you're still docked to the other ship. The
Has
others are in the cargo hold in the zero-G space, talking about the issue of the docked ship in your ship, and you are being escorted towards Babylon 5. Landas is currently unconscious, and Noah is on Stims.
All right, so I have ship logs, right?
Yes.
I have a computer, personal computer.
Yes.
How difficult would it be for me to fake some ship logs that basically say these guys were not good? Like they're just pirates and, you know, that slave traders, blah, 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 blah.
To fake it, the difficulty, I believe, is computers of, let's say, 10, as it's a difficult check to fool these guys. But since you do have an actual travel log at your hands, you probably assume they have been up to no good, considering they were transporting illegal goods to begin with.
Yeah. Basically, this is what I want to do. Looking at through the logs, I want to take whatever paints them to be just bad guys who would cause us to be very defensive, and basically take that, move it to, like, copy it somewhere else, keep the rest of the logs hidden somewhere. So basically something I can give to the authorities saying, hey, this is what we found when we were responding to a signal, went in, they tried to kill us. This is what I found in their logs.
Okay. You do that, and roll me electronics computers with your int or education, whichever you find more appropriate for this.
Oh, we're going education because I did a lot of schooling in my life.
Yes, schooled, mate.
Electronics education. Yeah. That is an 11.
That is an 11. It is more than required, so at least you are satisfied with your work. You find nothing wrong with it. It seems to indicate all the things you want to indicate. So yes, you have a data crystal with the travel logs to various illegal locations, insinuating the crew of the Narn ship for illicit activities.
And this is my second question. Has anybody else been on that ship yet?
Not since you exited.
I'm going to go back on the ship to get the other body that no one knows about.
Okay.
That is a great idea.
Others are currently debating in the cargo hold, right next to the boxes of loot that you got from the other ship before you got out.
Yep.
There's some random boxes floating around that neither of you recognize. One because of pain, and the other because he doesn't really care about the cargo.
I go down to the cargo hold.
Yep. You see the two humans.
Where's Landas?
Landas isn't responding. Landas, come in. Are you here? He's not been responding. What happened to him?
I'm gonna go over to comm. I'm gonna say, Landas, get your uppity ass down here now.
There is no response, but there is in the intercom message. Landas is still unconscious. I don't know what to do with him. He's breathing. Don't you have a medic here? Somebody who can tend to his wounds? Or whatever is wrong with him. That is the sound of Veer, your ambassadorial guest on the ship.
Okay. It's going to be space crack for the ambassador. Excuse me, gentlemen. I'll be back. I go up into the room. Look, the human drugs work on Centauris. I don't know. I'm not a trained pharmacologist.
I guess you'll find out, won't you?
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay.
I'm going to say that he did talk about your alcohol, so you might have to double whatever you're thinking about giving them.
Double the dose. Double the dose.
What?
When in doubt.
Give to me.
Look, we'll just put it in the vein, just right there.
Double stims,
okay. Yeah. This seems like a wise course of action. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Landas, roll me an endurance test, will you?
Landas, roll a new character. You have had a heart attack.
I believe in your Centauri resilience.
Exactly. Strong as a horse.
Come on, something good, come on.
For some reason, when I'm trying to click into my character sheet, it's not bringing up the sheet.
Oh, that's weird.
Sometimes you get one of those little tiny pop-ups that says add 1, add 2.
Well, I'm getting, at the moment, it's just... hold on.
Want me to roll it for you, because mine is working
Yes. Yeah, please.
fine? Okay. Alright. You get a 9. That means...
That's good.
That means Landas gets up from the couch like a spring... what's I call it? Spring jacks? Anyway.
Oh,
He's up, he's awake, and he's busy to go anywhere. Like, on speed, on crack. Whatever is the drug that makes you go fast. Everything is so slow.
On speed.
everything's brighter. What did you give me?
Look, it's a well-known human medicinal performance-enhancing drug. You'll be fine. We need you with us solving a situation.
You drugged me?
Stop staring at your hands. Look at me.
You drugged me.
You were not responding. They need you. There is a problem. Oh, it is so wonderful to have you back, Sir Landas. Is there anything I can do to help you?
No. Nothing can be done at the moment. I'm gonna have to walk off. Whatever you bloody gave me here. God, my hearts are pumping. Jesus, you're probably gonna give me a heart attack with this.
Landis' mind is working on such levels that he fails to remember a few things until a minute into his awakening. There were some other dreams that he had, but the memories are fuzzy at best.
God, I don't know what I was drinking there. That's one of the weirdest hangover dreams I've ever had. Weird. My mouth isn't that dry. I didn't drink that much.
Oh no!
Fear,
You were drinking quite little for manifestation. But if you want some, I think we have Jala. Do you want it hot?
No. There's a weird taste in my mouth. It will just ruin the jala.
Okay. Is there anything I can do? Help you?
Maybe later. You were saying, Zadora, you're needing me.
Yes, there's been an incident. You'll need to come with me down to the airlock.
Okay.
Meanwhile, at the airlock. What do you do while Wesley is away? Away.
Well, I'm putting on the vac suit because I'm going to go get the other body.
Okay.
I have my half suit, half on too, a little bit. You don't need help. You want to do this by yourself. I'm just remembering. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The biggest thing is there a container that can fit this body in that I can take?
Carpet. A space carpet.
Oh yeah, or a space carpet that I can roll them in.
Well, Wesley's room does have a pretty nice carpet in it. It's big, it's fine, it's made in Persia.
I go get his carpet, and then I
Yes, as Wesley is
You're in cargo hold, dude. There's tons of cargo material boxes.
I'm just gonna get a box, like a big cargo box that I can, stuff her in.
Yeah, there is a cargo container here and there, so you can probably use one of those. Yeah.
You know what? And I'm not going to keep it from Malone.
Okay.
I'm just going to look at him and say, orders are orders. I'm sure you understand. And I try to do what I need to do before the other ones get back.
What are you talking about? Is this about the female that gets inside? The Psi Corps officer? The one you failed to tell us about? The one that you let die? Is that what this is about?
See, now you've said too much. I like you, Malone. I help you, not get screwed by your ex-wife. Actually, I think I've helped Landas also get married. Only person I have not helped is the guy who thinks he's captain. But that being said, I do have my orders, and there were supposed to be no witnesses. But I do not want to have to go down that road.
Femi,
if you understand.
If you're threatening me, you're the one who asked me to come help you out on this mission. You told me we were the good guys.
Yes.
You have no idea what the hell happened in there. You have no idea what you just got yourself into. You are royally screwed.
Are you sure I don't know what I got myself into? Are you assuming?
Right. No, I'm just assuming.
Exactly.
Because if you knew what we're getting ourselves into, you're an idiot if you think you should have involved ourselves. But we're in it now. So what do you need from me, Zim? Sorry, Femi.
We're going to take this Psi Corps body. We're going to make sure it's not found out by Babylon 5 authorities. I have the proof we need that shows that these guys were pirates and were into a lot of illegal activities. Not to mention, when we did try to de-escalate the situation, they did fire on us first. So as far as I see, we were never in the wrong.
We're going to have to talk about this later. But for now, let's get the shit going.
This is
and
the
technically,
point.
I didn't kill her.
This is the point where the cargo hatch doors open, and Landas and Wesley ended the picture.
And I would talk to the guy with the illegal Centauri weapon. That's who I would talk to about killing people. And I go about my business.
Right.
What's
Can
going
someone explain to me why I saw what appeared to be like an ion cannon right outside my window?
Yeah. What about that? What?
Someone's got something that they should have bloody told me about.
Look, I didn't want to break it to you because I wanted it to be a surprise. But part of the reason for my secondment to this ship is a disagreement over intellectual property licensing for a joint human Centauri development program. In short, my name is on the paperwork for this weapon, but I do not feel it should be developed by that program, and as such have taken upon myself to secure the weapon for later research and dissemination.
And if Centauri Prime was to hear of this, would the words illegal seizure be mentioned by any chance?
I think that's some very strong words. What it is it's a
Theft?
secondment to an
Industrial
outside
espionage?
consultant.
I think we're going to have to talk about a certain thing, Zadora, but later. Right. I'm guessing someone started shooting and you were shooting back. So who was shooting at you?
These illegal Narn pirates.
Narn!
And he doesn't quite sort of do this, but you know there are other finger quotes there.
Femi, you and me are going to have a chat at some point also.
Me?
Oh, yes.
I won't talk to you.
I
You forget, you married way above you. And who helped with that?
know that.
All right.
But let's put it this way. Your wee little diversion could potentially have put my brother-in-law at risk.
Is he at risk?
Thankfully not.
Okay, then.
You know what? We are at risk because Babylon 5 is coming and escorting us over. This
All right.
shit.
So, where were we? What's the
We're all in
last
the
thing
same
on the
room
stream?
outside.
I'm going to go get a body.
Discussing alibis.
So
We were.
it was mid-speech by a fiery mid-speech by someone. So somebody in the audience. What was the last thing you saw?
Yeah.
Frog.
Vinland is right where I live, so anybody who lives near me is in Vinland. So. So,
I mean, basically, last thing I remember is everybody basically calling me a piece of shit. That's basically how
Yeah.
we ended it.
I don't think we use those words, but
I'm
always
mad
happy
at
to
me
do
a
a
little.
favor for
all right. So,
Imperial Intelligence.
But before I do go get this body, I'm going to look at everybody and say, have I not always helped you when you needed it?
it's not about that. You do one favor doesn't mean that we're good for the rest.
Hey,
I mean, we all help people here, right? We're all together. We're a team. We're collaborative.
have I ever left you worse than you were before?
Well, currently,
I'm not finished yet.
I'm on the hook for 15 years or an execution. So,
I thought
you know,
We'll be fine.
humans don't actually execute.
We'll be
do they not?
fine.
That's
Personality,
civilized.
of course.
I'm
Yeah.
just going to go get the body or go look at the body.
Come on, let's go. I'm all suited up. I'll help you out.
Okay.
So those of you with suits can get into the airlock and get inside the other part. What are the two who are left behind without suits going to be doing?
I
Who would that be?
think that'll be you and me.
Do we not have suits? Surely we have suits.
There's
surely-
I literally bought suits. There's some in the locker room. I have suits for everybody.
Yeah.
I have suits,
for
comm
days.
system, supplies. Imagine you have a locker that has everything in it. Just reach in, grab whatever you need at the time.
Stocked by the one competent person in the party. Good man. Yeah, so we'll join them. Look, friends help friends dispose of evidence and lie to the authorities. That's what friendship is for.
That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying.
So, the two of you that had your suits on first get inside the other part, while the other two are taking a minute putting their suits on.
Okay.
So, what are you doing first?
Well, first I'm going to go to the body. First, I want to know, do I recognize this woman? Because I didn't even give gain to see, maybe she's somebody.
Okay, you go in, you open it, open the secret hatch that you found earlier, and you'll find her exactly as you left her. Lifeless, floating in the non-gravity compartment, and the blonde hair is all over, tangled, floating in all the various directions you can imagine. Her her stylish suit hiding the lithe body, and the badge of the Psi Corps on her chest, and the dark gloves floating nearby, but but not attached. And Noah has a headache as he recognizes the corpse in question to be the very same he saw in his dream just a moment ago.
That's her.
What do you mean that's her?
We gotta get her. We gotta get her back on the ship. I'll explain later, but we gotta get her out of here. Put her somewhere safe. Come on, I'll help you out.
Okay.
Grab her legs.
He seems a little weird, and not to mention she's Psi Corps. I can do this, so kind of logically assume that she may be doing some shenanigans. Possible? Okay. I just take her. I don't say anything. I just walk with him.
The core never tells you everything, but the core also does a lot of things.
Yeah. Oh God. I could have been a normal person. I just keep walking.
You could have been a noble person, but you were born a telepath. How
Yeah.
unfortunate. So you drag the corpse to the airlock, just in time that as you exit the airlock with the corpse, the other two have got their vacuum suits on and see you pushing the weightless body inside the ship.
Landas, look what we got here.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know you don't tell me anything, but who precisely is that? Or do I not want to know for reasons of perjury, Friendship is obstructing justice.
Being that I didn't know, I would just assume that you don't want to know.
Her name is Talia.
Is that name familiar?
Oh, well, lots of people have the name Talia, but you personally, you have no idea.
Okay. What I'm going to do is I want to
no, wait. You were a commercial telepath, so
yeah.
So you might actually know her. Roll me education. See if you run across.
9.
9. All right. Actually, you do remember some Talia being on the same courses as you 10 years back. A commercial telepath, probably telepaths 101, but you never had the opportunity to actually have a discourse with her.
Okay.
But she does have the same resemblance. She's definitely one of your core.
I'm going to attempt to mind link with the body to see if there's any like resemblance of something
No, no,
in the
no life
air?
signs. Nothing to hit
No
you.
light sounds?
Nothing at all.
Just while he's doing that, can I actually see the body?
Yep.
Here?
Yeah,
Yep.
they floated onto the
It's just
airlock.
I pointed her out
floating,
to you.
floating
Yeah.
inside your cargo bay, like all in the open.
Her. She's
Yeah.
from that dream.
Yeah.
Dream.
We'll have to explain later, but we gotta get things going on. We still got the Babylon 5 to talk about.
Yes, and we also have a dead body in the middle of the cargo bay.
This is
Treat
where
her carefully,
the
please.
intercom systems on you flare up, going. This is Jaddo. We got a shuttle inbound. It's saying it's Babylon 5 security. Telling us to prepare for docking.
Okay, well, get her in the med bay. I'll make something up.
Good. In the midway, stories.
Take her
2
to,
minutes.
Stories.
Let's stick to it.
take her to one of the spare bedrooms.
We saved her from pirates.
These bastards were
Well, we
here
take her to the med
assassinate
bay.
my
I
brother.
can
As simple as that.
look.
Straight speaking,
Say whatever you want to
Piracy?
say. I'm gonna take her to the med bay.
non-assassins.
I'm gonna take her to
Easy.
medical. I can at least make it seem like she's in a coma,
Yeah, do
and
that.
her vitals are low.
If you don't mind, I'll stay with her too, because I'm pretty banged up.
And I
And
go,
it's starting to bleed out through the shirt again.
sure.
Just
Right.
let me talk to them.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna go do medical on a dead body in Noah.
Wesley, why don't you greet whoever's coming at the shuttle dock?
Right. If they ask after you, I'll tell them you've been shot, which is the truth, and that you're in no condition to speak.
Tell as much of the truth as possible.
All right.
That's my recommendation.
Right.
All right.
So you get in your positions. Is there any final preparations you want to do before the shuttle from Babylon 5 attaches itself to one of your free airlocks?
Did you redo the logs that you were supposed to switch around on them?
Yep, I got my fake logs. Well, not fake, but the one for the authorities log. So I have that ready to give to whoever security. So actually, no, I would say I will pass that to I would pass that off to Zadora. Say, hey, just give this to them. This should
All right.
clear things up.
Of course, Femi. Look,
And
I've
then,
trusted you this far, and you won't let me down, will you?
I'll try
Right.
not to.
I'm
Good
thinking Landas and Wesley are together going to greet these two, right?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, I'm getting out of that suit. Realize my beautiful fan of hair is ruined.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That
it's
happens.
bouncing all over the place. It's you're not at your most representable at the moment.
I'm just gonna go to the intercom. Jaddo, how much time did you say till that shuttle arrives?
Approximately 3 minutes and 13 seconds.
Fine. Tell him to dock.
Right. Okay. The docking procedures are en route. You can hear as the ship's clamps attach onto the incoming shuttle, and it's being dragged closer, reverberating in the cargo in the not cargo hold part of the ship where the passenger entrance is, and as the final latches go on and the middle space gets aired in, filled with air, there is the sound of then the sound of magnetic boots as they walk inside the airlock, and another pair of shh. And there is 3 people in magnetic boots and spacesuits in there. All of them carrying the insignia of the Babylon 5 on them. 2 of them have rifles in hand, and one is like Officer Lou Welsh, Babylon 5 security. We are here to investigate the situation. You are hereby on hold. We will be taking your witness testimonies on what happened, and if case goes as far as can, the ombudsman on the station will hear your case and render judgment. Any questions?
Yes, Captain Wesley Zadora. I believe I spoke to one of you on the comms previously.
Yeah, that would have been the Zeta leader.
Yes. I'm afraid I can take you into our mess room and have a discussion with you, but this is a diplomatic Centauri vessel. So, for the purpose of your investigation, I'm afraid there'll be some limitations on what you can do here. But we're happy to cooperate and give you the events as they happened. But we'd prefer for you not to wander around our shuttle.
Well, please explain this to me, guys. Make sure nobody leaves and secure the area. And the officer follows you as you escort him to the mess hall, as you assume.
Yeah, I get Landas. You with me? You're backing me up on this, yes? We'll go sit him down in our space cafeteria or whatever luxury area that we have.
There's a lounge area.
There's a lounge. There we go.
Yeah, we have a bar. We have a bar.
There's a bar, right?
There's couches. I made sure to stock with the couches. Anyways, keep going.
Right.
I am sorry, officer. It might be more appropriate for me to introduce myself first. Landas Cortas. My family have hired out this vessel, and I am escorting my brother-in-law to Babylon 5 to be the ambassadorial aide to Ambassador Malari. But we had heard rumors that something might be attempted, so we decided to try this more obscure route in the hope that nothing would happen. The next thing I know, we have a ship approaching us dangerously, attempting a docking procedure, and before I actually knew anything, weaponry had been fired, and unfortunately people have been injured, and there has unfortunately been some deaths. Thankfully, the deaths were of the Narn bastards who were trying to assassinate my brother-in-law. Now, when I get to Babylon 5, I will be putting a protest to Ambassador Jacaranda, asking what his...
Now, calm down, Mr. Cortas. This is merely a standard procedure investigation when there has been a weapons fire in the Epsilon system. We need to make sure everything is on the up and up. So if you will just cooperate, this will all go over smoothly. And you said this was an ambassadorial ship?
Yes, we're...
then why isn't this ship in the ambassadorial logs?
As I said, we were trying to keep it quiet.
Alright, very well. Okay, just stay calm. I'm going to contact the Babylon 5 and we're going to ask the Centauri embassy if you indeed are ambassadorial ship, then there's nothing we can do. But if you aren't, we will continue the investigation, and well, I will be back in a few minutes. Actually, I will go back to the ship and contact the CNC. We'll be right back. And he nods at Cortas and turns to walk towards the airlock to return to his ship. To assuming privately to converse with the Babylon 5 command and control. So, is there anything you want to do as he does that? Like, for example, contact the Centauri embassy and tell them to actually sign you up as ambassadorial ship?
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can quickly go.
Use my comms. Use my comms in my room. 2 minutes, go.
Yes. Yeah, so I'm just hitting in. They're the actual codes that I know that I've been given there by certain family members for Malari, and I'm hoping that he's going to be answering. He's not bloody drunk there.
Well, that's hoping a lot.
Yeah.
As any proper Centauri on duty, you are supposed to be drunk. But not too drunk.
Yeah.
Just enough. Let's see. Yeah, give me a roll. Let's see. Persuasion would be nice, because you are, I assume, attempting to persuade the ambassador to give you the clearance status of ambassadorial ship.
Yeah, I'm still having that same issue with. Hold on, let me just quickly come out of the game, come back in. That might fix that.
Oh, the irony when I'm having actually difficulties with the Roll20 app. That must have had something to do with the restart.
So what am I? What was I rolling again? Sorry.
Persuasion or diplomat, whichever you find more appropriate for this.
I've got persuasion. No modifier. Much.
Okay, that is definitely a success. Though that means you just burned a bit of connections for promising favors from your family to the House Malari in exchange for ad hoc adding you to the diplomatic society, so you can expect another mission from your family soon to repay for the favor of bailing you out while you got yourself into trouble. But feel free to have a discussion about how to pay back your own house for this effort. I'm just going to have this roleplay with Ambassador Molari, as he himself is not present, but you had contact with the Centauri and Centauri Prime via the Centauri embassy. Spooky.
Yeah. I'm here. No.
You were holding your finger like, I got something.
Shoot, I'm sorry.
No worries, man.
I have this little glitch right here that I was pointing at, and I wanted to see if this little glitch was showing up on the screen. That's all.
Yeah, I can see it, man. It looks cool.
Yeah, you can't.
Like
you can actually
class.
see it in the podcast, I think. So.
No. I don't think it does.
Yeah,
so,
it's a bit outside. Yeah.
That's what I was checking. I'm sorry. That was not holding up my finger. I was using that to point to something, so I could. Please ignore me.
All right. So yeah, you go through the Centauri Prime, and with your family connections, you managed to secure a few favors from the House Malari, from House Malari in exchange for your family favors.
They are not going to be happy about this.
And in about 2 minutes, you get a message from Babylon 5 security. It's like that goes, This is Babylon 5 security. We have received confirmation you are indeed an ambassadorial ship, and therefore we cannot proceed with investigations. Investigations, and you are free to deliver your cargo and leave the Babylon 5 space with full haste. Do you require assistance with the ship docked in your airlock that seems to be damaged?
Yeah, yes, that would be, I think, appropriate. I think it'd also be appropriate for you to see to the disposure of the bodies. There.
The bodies, sir?
Yes, as I had advised, there had been an assault, and in the defense of us defending ourselves, unfortunately, some assassins had been killed.
Very well. We'll send a maintenance shuttle to take care of the extra shuttle you have there. Aside of that, welcome to the Babylon 5. Unfortunately, your ship is too large to dock with our facilities directly, but if you require it, we do have ferry shuttles you can request for a fee. Anything else? Please contact the Babylon 5 Command and Control for future assistance. This is Officer Wesley, signing out. As Officer Welch. Not Wesley. I'm reading too much into these players' names.
Lou Welch.
Lou Welch, yes. Okay, that issue settled. You guys are now floating in space. Eventually, there will be a shuttle to pick up the other shuttle from your airlock. Is there anything you wish to do before that happens?
Well, I just need to fix people, apparently.
Well, there are medical facilities on Babylon 5. And by the way, the stims I'm going to wear off in 3, 2, 1. Pew!
What happens afterward?
You lose
We'll just
consciousness.
give you some more.
Oh, so he's passed out. Is he still bleeding? He said he's bleeding. So I'm
just a little bit seeping through.
Yeah, I basically want to attend to his wounds and
just take me to the once we get on Babylon 5. Take me to a medic there, buddy. I think that'll be the better idea.
Even though I abhor doing these kind of things, I'm going to read his mind only because these people keep saying they're having dreams of this random woman that I literally just saw dead in space.
Okay.
You're passed out, man.
Roll me telepathy check, will it?
Sure. That would be what? Telepathic check? Okay.
Yep.
Do-do-do-do. We'll see. I'm not good at these, so it's going to end badly. It's okay.
You know, if you roll badly enough, you make me erase the birth of my child, I'm going to kill you.
Wow.
What child?
It's a 6.
Billy.
Yeah, he's unconscious, but he's blocking you.
That's not right.
The plot thickens.
In fact,
The
I can't
plot
even block
thickens.
you.
That's not right. That's definitely not right.
Uh-oh.
That should be very, very impossible.
Indeed.
Now he's definitely not going on Babylon 5.
So, Wesley, since you are the other awake party member at this moment,
Yep.
what are your orders, Captain?
Right. It's time for a whip round with the crew and just I'm sure you all saw what happened. The official line is this. We are a flagged diplomatic Centauri vessel, and the boarding procedures was to deal with a suspected conspiracy against our guest. Needless to say, in this situation, discretion is advised and valued. So if anything leaks beyond this, we'll be having some serious discussions, as will Centauri internal intelligence. So keep it zipped. Bonuses for everyone, by the way.
That is wonderful. I think you were a generous captain. We are glad to be of your service. The Narn in your crew rolls eyes and says, "Yes, loyalty with money." As you say, Captain. The crew seems to be more than capable of seeming loyal enough.
Good, because I have my own suspicions about my apparent compatriots, which I keep to myself. Wouldn't do to bring down crew morale.
Indeed. Yes, so the only way for you to enter is either call a cab or go with your own shuttle to Babylon 5 hangar.
Right.
Oh.
At that stage, I guess we roused the ambassador from his... What on earth was he doing? What has he been doing in the interim?
The
Keep it to
ambassador,
himself.
ambassador has been panicking and being soothed by your Centauri mechanic or engineer, who's been more than kind enough to keep him out of the harm's way while Landas has been busy. But he's definitely worried that you have wounded crew members. They should definitely be seen to by the station's medics. They are humans. So you can fix humans, but Landas, can they fix Centauri? They must, because Ambassador Malari is there, and they probably treat him too. So, when are we going? We should get them onto the ship, the station, medical attention, hospital.
Good.
As he's saying, I'm actually coming in, and I say, fear.
You're unconscious.
No.
You're unconscious.
The
I will be
Stims
soft
wore off,
opening.
fortunately.
You ran out of stims.
Oh, did I run it? I know.
You
No.
both
Ran out
ran
of
out.
stims.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad.
Only lasts a little bit.
That's why he's sort of also nervous, because you are unconscious as well, laying on one of the
Fair enough.
couches.
Sorry.
We're
I
soft
was-
opening now. Sir, don't worry. You'll hear some rumors, but it's been dealt with professionally and immediately by the crew. So pay them no mind. Other people will be taking care of it. And if anyone asks you questions, it's best that you refer them to myself or to your brother-in-law.
I know nothing. Nothing happened.
Good
I
man.
wasn't here.
Good man. If you come with me, we'll evacuate yourself and the wounded as a priority, along with a security escort of myself. You've got nothing to fear. So yeah, I guess we hail a shuttle of some kind.
Yep, you call in the Babylon 5 taxi service that sends a shuttle to a ship that doesn't have its own available, and it's a very how would you call it? Industrial looking, straight lines, straight edges, the minimal amount of shape on it, and a lot of industrial grey metal on its sides, and the barest minimum markings saying that this is part of Babylon 5, so the little triangle there, and it arrives, docks with your ship in the passenger section as instructed, and you who are loaded in other than the ambassador?
Myself, are 2 wounded, or rather are 2 people suffering from exhaustion and amphetamine withdrawal. And Femi, are you coming, or are you going to stay around and fuck with people's minds?
The second one.
You're not going to come and do the RP since we're going to be in the station?
You don't want to fuck with people's minds who aren't the crew? Come on, it's tempting.
You know what? You're right. I'm coming. I got a call to make.
Exactly. Good man.
All right. Yep. I'm leaving.
Make sure though that we've got the female on a good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have both of you in medical beds, hooked up to life signs. Basically, have you like you're supposed to be medically. I'm not going to just be like, hey, leave you on the floor, leave her, whatever.
Well,
make sure you're comfortable.
You don't have proper medical facilities on your ship. All you have is basic first aid kits.
Yeah.
So,
I make them
Yeah,
as
we got a
comfortable as
hydroponics
possible.
bay instead.
Yeah. That was smart.
That was smart. Hey, look, we get
We
fresh
discussed
greens, man. Micro herbs.
It's good. It's good.
Purchasing.
Nobody thought we were getting into a shootout, first 5 minutes. It's good. Yeah. Yeah, we're going on the ship. Because I don't feel safe transporting them ourselves anyway. We would have to get somebody else to come transport them anyway.
Yeah,
Medical attention.
Yeah, the taxi service charges your account for 1,000 credits for the private chauffeur. This is why most people have their own ships for this.
We have a shuttle for that too, yeah, but we'll take
But
this.
you don't have a pilot who's conscious enough.
Yeah.
Well,
And our shuttle is currently docked to the other ship, and we have this salvage ship that we want to flog and sell and clean
Guys,
with bleach.
it's here. We're paying 1,000 creds.
Do it.
What's next?
Yep. And Wesley wants to go with style, so he orders in a cab.
Mm.
Yeah. It's a corporate one. No, it's a diplomatic one. It's one that caters to private diplomacy. Yeah, there we go.
It's okay. We'll just charge it to
Charge it to the diplomatic account.
Charge it to Landas' family. We'll just charge them.
Yeah. Centauri Embassy. We'll foot the bill.
We'll definitely tell him it was his idea.
Yes. Alright. As the shuttle leaves your airlock, there is the site of the Babylon 5, the great spinning station against the night sky. It's a port of call for hustlers, entrepreneurs, and other sorts of ill-kind people. It can be a dangerous place, but now that you've made it here, you slowly glide into its forward airport entrance. The shuttle matches the rotation and glides inside the ship as the surroundings around you all turn in a familiar sort of way that you have in your own ship while you are in the living quarters. And soon enough you are in the docking area. I assume you hailed the station to know that there is wounded to be retrieved.
Absolutely, that would be the sensible thing to do, and we're nothing if not sensible on this crew.
I mean, we have 2 wounded people. Well, one wounded person and one. I don't know what.
I don't know.
The thing is, I don't want to give them that. That raises way too many questions. Like, how did you get a dead woman body? So I'm not going to say her body stays on the ship, but we take Malone and Landas to get them looked at. That's it. But her body stays there.
What do the corporate types say? Hey, look, we'll just park this body in the back, right, and we'll pay the idling surcharge. Or
currently, I have her set up where she looks like she's just having a very deep sleep.
Did you leave her on your ship or in the shuttle?
In our ship.
Yeah, so
cool.
She's in one of the guest quarters.
Yep.
Okay.
In her ship, I locked the door.
No. Good man. That was a perfect plan.
Good man.
So now, as you get to the docking bay, there is 2 stretchers waiting for you, and the medical crews immediately come in take the two, put them on the stretchers, and going like, okay, it's fine now. It's fine now. We're going to be taking care of you. You're going to be all right. Saying to the two seemingly unconscious people, like out of the. Apparently Noah is just a bit conscious at this point, so that's a bonus. Also, Landas begins to slowly creep into consciousness. There is this resistance on being awake. You feel yourself being pushed somewhere on something below you. Wheels colliding against small obstacles, making you shake on your. But they escort the two out, and there is a few security officers there to escort the rest of you. This must be the ambassadorial aid to Londo. I mean, Ambassador Molari, says one of the security humans. Yes. This way. This way. Can I see your identity card? Master Koto, this way. And they pretty much look the two of you and say, do you wish to enter the vessel as well? The station?
No, I just decided just to step on here for no reason.
Identity card, please. Oh, by the way, how visibly are you wearing Psi Corps armor? This Psi Corps insignias?
The badge.
No, I am not.
Yeah, okay. So you're just hiding it.
I'm just normal. I'm a normal guy. Normal guy.
Okay. You got yourself a fake ID.
Myself.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm undercover. Yes.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Just as you
Yeah,
So
yeah.
do you hand them your IDs, or are you having some issues not doing it?
No,
I would use real one.
Yep. Okay. So they take your IDs and all right. Welcome aboard. We have an excellent selection of shops in the Zocalo and several other varieties of commerce in the red sector. And also our finest hotel is located right next to the Zocalo. You can follow the instructions over there and over there to reach wherever you're going. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to stop on our info stations or Babcom stations for additional information. Please enjoy your stay. And you are hustled into the space that looks a lot like an airport. Lots of gates and waiting area there where people are coming and going to various waiting areas, as the station is quite busy.
Mm-hmm. I guess we will hustle our charge towards the Centauri embassy.
As you hustle your way towards the embassy, you notice that on the screens there is a lot of advertisements for one of the two primary candidates for the Earth Alliance presidential elections. There is the Maria Crane and the incumbent president Luis Santiago, both running for the office. The votes in a couple of weeks, so the race is on and quite fervent. A lot of humans are talking about which one would they vote for.
Cool.
As the current president has a rather, how would you say it, xenophobic campaign goals, like defending Earth from the alien influences, and the Maria Crane, the challenger, going for a more liberal, more diplomatic approach with the galaxy, wanting to be a greater force and having greater influence in the galactic affairs without resorting to defending the human culture from the alien invaders.
As someone with family members who are powerful positions in the Earth Alliance government, do I know anything about either of these two candidates beyond what perhaps the average punter or informed pundit may know? Do I have the inside line? Or am I a bit out of date on that kind of stuff?
Well, you're a bit out of date as you've been out of system for the late, but you know that, as everybody else knows, Luis Santiago has been the reigning president for the last tenure, or the last term. He's been very favored among the upper class for maintaining their station so far. He's not been very aggressive on trying to get more votes from the common people until now, and he wasn't really pandering to the xenophobe audience before this, but now he seems to be setting goals more aimed towards isolating humans from the alien influences.
So it's a sort of populist turn to
Yes.
get a larger base. Yeah.
Yep. So it seems a bit out of character for him, but seems to be working as he made the first elections as one of the two main candidates.
Wesley,
Here's my man.
Right. So,
Right.
what about you, Femi? You also going for the Centauri embassy?
Or are you taking us to the dock bay?
I'm gonna take. Well, I'm not gonna leave you guys' bodies just floundering. I'm gonna make sure that both of
Let's go.
the drug addicts, both of the drug addicts get to the medical. But I'm assuming that the person I'm supposed to drop this off to is somewhere around here. Like, what else to do with this information I have?
That is indeed curious. You were not given any information where to give it. But you do remember that there is a Babylon 5. Babylon 5 has a resident Psi Corps telepath.
Yeah, I'm gonna head that way.
Remember it from a briefing that there was a Psi Corps member there. So you might wanna try and contact them through the Babylon 5 communications system.
Yeah.
So you go to the local kiosk and you type in telepath, and you see there is just one telepath, and psycho authenticated telepath Talia Winters.
I just kind of like face palm and just be like, of course, it's her. Yes. Life couldn't be easier.
There's also a picture next to it, and it looks smack dab same as the same woman.
Yeah. 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 I find somewhere quiet so I can contact Enoch.
Okay. You would need to rent one of the private communications booth.
Yep.
It's 20 credits.
Okay.
For the hour, so you go into it and you set up a communications link and you try to call Enoch. Let's see if he answers. There is no answer to your call. It's just the number in question cannot be reached. This is not unusual though.
Yeah.
Here, often they turn off their numbers temporarily, so they won't be disturbed while they're doing something important. So you might want to try again later.
You know what? I can leave him a message, right?
Yep.
Like a text message.
Yep, plenty. Like he prefers to send you emails.
Yeah, I want to send him an email and just say, you know, I received the package, but there was an issue with shipping. That seems very vague and
That's really good, man.
Non-incriminating.
and non-incriminating.
That's what I like about secret messages, you know?
I may make a suggestion. No, never mind.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm going to go to fuck. I didn't want to. God damn it. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go to Talia's office.
Okay.
I'm gonna go just
You
look around.
check the office from the communications array, and you head for the office. Meanwhile, Wesley makes it to the Centauri embassy, where there is a door right in front of you.
Wearing his most polished and practiced diplomatic mien, he sort of knocks. Aid to the ambassador in tow.
Well, there is in coming from the inside, and as that word arrives, the door slides open to reveal this rather glamorously decorated room, very Centaurian style. Lots of purple, but surprisingly small. It's only like a bit larger than the room you had on your ship, but this there seems to be no bed, so this probably isn't the bedroom. But there is clearly a kitchen counter over there, and some other lounging chairs over there, and in the other side of the room there is this middle-aged Centauri male with the fan of hair longer than Landas's, longer than Veer's, and his bald head going all the way to the base of the fan on his head, and he turns to look towards the door with his with a goblet in hand, like a proper bowl-like goblet with a proper leg and a base on it, and purple jacket with various ornamentation and medals. Big medal on his chest, signifying some sort of past achievement. He turns. Yes. What is it?
Okay. Point of play. Wesley is a trained government official and has spent time in Centauri space, so I assume he knows all the most important customs and things to not risk needlessly offending a powerful individual.
Yes, the Centauri are very pompous, and they are very prone to flattery, especially when addressing their titles.
I want to be that sort of Lord Ambassadors, Captain Zadora here. I've arrived with your aid and very much appreciated your assistance in the small kerfuffle that we had previously. Has all been smoothed over, and I deliver him unto you. And then just sort of...
Yes,
put our package.
Yes, the package is like...
I'll do the man a favor and I'll introduce him as well. I assume I've learned all his sort of various titles by this stage.
Well, he has none. He has only the ambassadorial aid, Vir Koto, which is the exact amount of titles a man of his stature apparently has. And the ambassador is like, about time. You're late. Well, good enough timing. We're having a council meeting soon enough. Get settled. I have your codes ready. Now, if there is nothing else, the human may leave.
Yes. In the course of defending your assistant here, we incurred some medical bills in his defense. We feel it would be appropriate at this stage for the Centauri embassy to cover these costs incurred.
Okay, that is definitely a diplomat or a persuasion role.
Yeah, a diplomat.
You got it. You got it.
Yeah, 13.
Alright. I suppose it would look bad for the great and powerful Centauri Empire, a Centauri Republic, if we did not compensate for those who would defend us. Very well. We will arrange for the medical bills to be covered by the ambassadorial corps. It's not like I'm paying it myself. Whatever. And I will personally buy them both a cup of hot jala.
Your grace and magnanimity? You know what I mean. Knows no bounds, Lord Ambassador.
Yes.
You'll excuse me?
And as you leave, the door closes just before you can hear. What took you so long? Why did you take? And you are now free to roam as a citizen of the Great Earth Alliance and one with favor from the Centauri Court.
Dolores, what would the opportunity be to say, roam myself to have a coffee for 5 minutes? Are we having a break at some stage?
Actually, you can go ahead, take a coffee break.
Good.
I'll keep the other three occupied. Mila,
Perfect.
just don't take too long. Okay, so Femi,
Yes.
you reach the office.
Mhm.
Their office is behind a metal door, like all other places. It's actually probably her private residence in Red Sector. So it's right there in front of you. The door is closed. There is the console next to it, which you can use to either ring the doorbell or try and get your way in.
I'm going to try and get my way in.
Okay. That would be computers roll, please.
On alarms.
Don't see computers. I see
Electronics.
Okay.
Electronics. This, if you don't have
Okay.
computers.
Electronics. What? Education, intelligence.
Education. Yes. This is how you learn to hack in during your time in cycle. Yes. You managed to open up the door.
Mm-hmm.
It says beep, and as it opens, there is a surprise sound like "what?" coming from the inside, and a feminine voice asks, "Who is it?"
Do I see anybody?
As you look in, you see a thin blonde woman with a stylish jacket, a Psi Corps insignia on her chest, and the face of Talia Winters.
Bother.
I walk in and I let the door close behind me.
Can I help you? She asks, looking at the door, or should I be calling security?
And I just kind of nonchalant say, I'm like, oh, well, do you usually call police on people in similar careers? And
I call police on people who come through the door on their own permission.
You broke
Well,
up.
Yeah, I did break in, but I tell her, and I say, well, I found it odd that
Well, probably the
you
most convincing way to say it would be using telepathy.
yes, that's what I.
So, what sort of information do you convey? Do you convey that you are part of the Psi Corps, or do you just say that you're a telepath, or what?
No, I just say I'm part of Psi Corps, and yeah. For now, just I'm part of Psi Corps.
Yeah, okay. The
I don't want to tip
information
my
gets-
hand too much.
Yep. As it's mere telepathy, she doesn't block it, but it's you can feel like she's wary about it as it suddenly comes. But she's like, okay, listens, and she responds with official business. What is it? Yeah, sort of way. There is the tone of annoyment and the but also the subservience one would expect from a Psi Corps member.
Yeah.
She's clearly a commercial telepath and not a Psi Cop who has this haughty attitude.
Okay, I'm just asking, logistics wise, like ranking structure wise, would I be above her, below her, equal to her?
As you are in the secret service part, you are above everyone except Psychops.
Okay.
Even you're probably even with the Psychops, depending on the situation.
Okay. Well, first I ask her, does she have any siblings? This is my first question.
Yes. Smaller sister back on Earth.
Do you have a picture?
She provides a mental image of her sister, which is
Image, yeah.
Which is someone 12 years old.
Okay, so that's that.
Clearly looks different from her.
But this one I'm looking at looks identical to the woman I have locked in a guest bedroom somewhere.
Down to the beauty mark on her
bad.
cheek. Or the lack of thereof.
Repeat one more time, please.
She is exactly the same. As far as your recollection goes.
So the thing is that I do something stupid or do something stupid.
She raises her eyebrow as you are in telepathic link and goes, "What is wrong?"
What?
She asks you, "What is wrong? Did I do something?"
Not yet, but I want to show you something.
Okay.
And I'm going to take her to the ship.
So you take.
Oh no, actually no. I'm gonna take her to Malone first because I want to see something first. First, I want to take her to Malone.
That's a great idea. I'm on board with that.
So, meanwhile, back in the medbay.
Don't show people their own dead bodies.
Landas and I are just.
Yeah, the two of you are regaining consciousness. You are on heavy Malone is on heavy dose of painkillers, but hooked up to some IVs, and there is a nurse next to him, a male nurse, going like, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?"
Hey, I'm doing real good. Whatever you got me on is. Wow.
Yeah, we got the good stuff over here. Especially
I don't even feel the holes in my chest anymore.
Try not to poke them.
Okay.
We used surgical glue, so you won't get any stitches. If you were worried about such things, but ever since your payment plan came through, we just went all out. Right.
How about my buddy Landis? Is he doing all right? Landis, how you doing? Where are you at?
Landas has actually been awake for a while now, suffering from a slight headache, and they just now remove the scanner from around your head, going like, there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with your brain. Don't know what's going on, the doctor says.
Seriously? Feels like... Doctor, I cannot explain how excruciating this pain is. It's like someone's got
Yes.
some sort of drill inside my head going right down there.
Down there. That is the place where the Centauri usually have the brain section that is activated during psionic or permanently the far side abilities. That is the most active area.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Doctor. I'm willing to give you credence that you know what you're talking about, but the last psionic in my family, we're talking about 5 generations ago.
Yes, but it is not unusual for the telepath gene to jump several generations. So, have you considered that you might be a telepath?
We are all checked at a young age.
Oh, well, let's see. Oh, maybe you have one of those far side abilities that your species is known to have.
As I said, and in my species, normally such things are found early and they are nurtured. We do not put them in a prison and call them a core like you humans do. There we actually appreciate what telepaths can do for our people.
Yes, well, far from me to say you are abnormality, but this is what my scans say. Other than that, I can prescribe you some painkillers, Centauri style. Also, your headache might be caused by the absurdly high stim count in your blood.
Yeah, I think that might... does that leave a weird taste in the mouth by any chance?
Possibly, since the stims in your cells seem to be human origin, that might have something to do with it. I'm not entirely sure. Most Centauri do not use human-made stims for that very reason. So,
yeah, I'll be talking to a fellow friend about that. There.
Yeah, well, I would get better friends if I were you.
Yeah, Landas, you need to get some of what I'm on. This stuff is amazing.
Remember, kids, not to drugs.
No, bad.
No, drugs are my head.
This is brought to you by the US federal government.
Exactly. Get some sponsorship, yo.
So, Wesley, what are you up to?
Yes. Wesley is off to go on his private comms and to call his father's personal assistant's private line.
Okay.
For a small spot of insider trading.
So, 20 credits for the private booth.
It's nothing to me, of course.
You just
Now,
swipe your credit card and it and go in. Yeah, so...
Yes, Secretary Chief. Yes, it's Zeddy here. Now, if you could pass on to Father, that he may want to purchase stocks in Centauri and Narn weapons supply companies. I'm sure he'd appreciate it. This isn't meant to leak, but I'm sure it will. You know how these things go. Cheerio, bye. And as you could hear, his elocution changes entirely from talking to Daddy's secretary to being the rough and gruff space captain.
Fair enough.
War hero.
The secretary takes the message and says, "Alright, thanks for that, Seti. Talk to you later. Your father says he loves you."
I love you too, Daddy. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah.
What's the plan after that? Some snack at the local restaurants, or sightseeing, or?
I think now is the opportunity to go back to the ship, check crew morale, and start plotting for a small roundtable discussion I shall be having with the rest of my so-called quote-unquote co-owners and compatriots.
That reminds you, you actually should have a crew member waiting on Babylon 5.
Indeed, well,
you have
time
your
for the interview
Drazi
process.
pilot who was supposed to join you during your first stop at Babylon 5.
Very well. I assume I have his details.
So you proceed to contact him and meet him up?
Yeah, we'll meet him at a nice place, you know.
Well, there is
you know, $35 mains, kind of that sort of style. Nothing too expensive, but.
Okay, so not the 5-star restaurant, but 4 3-star.
Yeah, 4 stars and a good Yelp review, you know.
You got it. You find yourself a nice restaurant on the Zogalo, which is the main trading area nearby. There is a fine fresh noodle shop. It's the specialty. It's a fresh, self-made noodle from fresh ingredients instead of the frozen stuff. So it's a bit better than what most people eat around here.
Perfect. Show that we're prosperous but not profligate. There we go. Create the right impression.
Right. So as you go there to wait for your contact to arrive, the telepath arrives. Well, the duo of telepaths arrives to the medbay, and as the two walk in.
Before we walk in, I'm going to tell her, please do not be surprised with the reactions you are most definitely are going to get once you walk into this room.
Well, I'm Psi Corps. I'm used to it. People are afraid of the sign. So.
Yeah, but yes, this is probably going to be different. And then I walk in the door.
Okay. Yes, the two telepaths walk in. The first you obviously know is Femi, who is your friend, coming in, apparently to see how you two are doing. But behind her is the ghost in your dreams, and in one of the beds on your ship. She's walking and about.
Am I still dreaming here, Landas? Is we back to where we were? I thought we killed that shadow beast.
My lady, didn't you go off a cliff?
I'm sorry. Have we met?
Weird, huh? They both seem to be dreaming about you, which I find very strange.
While flattering, it's indeed strange. I did not know I had a Centauri fan.
Yeah.
Is your name Talia?
Yes, Talia Winters, licensed psychotelepath.
We've met.
I beg to differ.
And then when he says that, I'm going to telepathically say to her, and for some reason, that one's mind is shielded.
What?
Yeah, surprising.
That is indeed weird. Oh.
I met someone that looks... No, I'm absolutely positive, 100%, that I met you already.
Where were we last time?
You guys are talking
right
to
in the
my friend.
medbay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yep, in the medbay, just as Talia Winters had arrived to make your life a little bit more interesting. and your reactions to her appearance are baffled. She does not apparently recognize the two of you, but the two of you are more than acquainted with her.
Yeah. We recently had, I don't know how to explain it, but you were recently in our dreams, and there's something there with you. Some evil, black, shadow demon from hell.
An entity.
Alright, at first I was flattered, but now it sounds like a nightmare.
It was a nightmare of some kind.
Well, then,
but at the same time, it wasn't a nightmare. It was a memory, but a perfect memory. It's not that what we saw looks like you. The mannerisms, everything is down.
I don't. Well, if it's your dream, it's your dream. I can't help those.
Wait. No, you're dead. I've seen your body. Like, literally 2 hours ago, I helped. Or was I dreaming? Was I dreaming that where we helped carry her body to the bedroom?
Is there anybody else in this room with us? They said this.
There's a few. It's a public medbay. It's rather cramped, so there's a few stretches around, and nurses are going about.
I was like, "Hey, buddy, you must be dreaming."
Yeah, I'm just gonna go. I do apologize. He's had some injuries and he's had to have some medication.
Yeah, they put me on something real strong. I'm not supposed to be taking something. I'm not supposed to be taking any sort of medications that I promised I wouldn't do anymore. Woo!
Well, it sounds fascinating, but is there something you wish me to do? And she turns to look towards Femi.
I mean, I don't say anything, and I like psychically tell her do not react. But I do show her like images of her dead body on the ship.
Yeah. She faints.
Understandable.
I mean,
I just kind of shake my head and is like,
the nuclear option. She fainted right there, and then losing her consciousness, and now she looks even more familiar.
yeah. Anybody have any smelling salts or something?
And as she does fall, there is quite a few nurses around who rush over to set her up on a stretcher and do their very best to rejuvenate her into consciousness as she slowly comes to, and with shocked expression on her face still going like as the images of a telepathic images being sent convey more than mere images. Also the feeling and the certainty of the actuality of that corpse just simply overwhelmed the poor telepath, and she's in a mild state of shock still, gasping for air.
I kind of walk over to her and say, calm down. It's expected, I guess.
Why would you show me this thing? What is that?
That's what I came here to find out. And if I were to assume anything, for the fact that my friend over there, who can shield his mind when he shouldn't, I would assume that there's something bigger here than there's surprises, and I don't like surprises.
I'm assuming this is telepathic conversation?
Yes, telepathic conversation. I would not be saying this out loud.
She, on the other hand, says, "What?" Out loud. Like, what do you mean?
Have you known mundane people to be able to shield their mind?
No. And this one-sided conversation seems to be perking up some eyebrows over there.
Yeah. And then I was going to say...
one of them says,
people,
telepath.
Yeah. And I say... and I just like, okay, well,
one of
if
them
you are psychic...
One of them snorts. I thought she needed an authorization to scan another's head. Teeps. One of them almost spits on the ground as he walks out. Clearly just doing his job, but not being happy about it.
I want to remember his face.
Alright.
That's it. Just want to remember it. But I convey the fact that, you know, if she's telepathic, then it's only safe to assume the person in a Psi Corps uniform who looks like her probably is also. And that person has messed with my friends, and it does not make me happy.
Indeed. That is quite strange.
Yeah. Nobody fucks with my friends but me. Psychically, anyway.
Right. Meanwhile, Wesley is sitting in the noodle shop with a bowl of ramen.
Is this like human ramen or is this like Drazi ramen? Does
this
Drazi even eat ramen?
This is human,
Oh,
human food, and soon enough the green-scaled Drazi comes in. About as short as you remember, like barely above 5 feet tall, and this small, you would say boyish frame, seeming much younger than the other Drazi you've seen around in your life. But he comes to the table and sits down. Yeah, boss.
good to see you. The menu is over there. Let's have a chat about you, how you've been doing, and how you fit in and on our ship. So.
Excellent. I'll have the thing with the egg again. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, so what did you want to talk about? Can't wait to fly that new beauty of yours.
Excellent. We're going to be here for another few days, but I'll escort you to the ship myself so you can get settled in.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Nothing beats knowing the ship. Shuttle is still the same, right?
Yes.
Good. No need to learn that, but it will be magnificent to fly the old lady again. But let's see what the modifications are to your yacht. Can't wait.
You find it a little more heavily armored and armed than the pre-market model. Oh no.
He seems like he's having an orgasm just there from the sheer idea.
Mm-hmm.
For the rest of us, can you describe what this character looks like?
Yes. Well, it is humans. Difficult to recognize a Drazi. Let's see if I can find an image of a Drazi to show to the audience. Oh, I need to.
Greenish skin.
Yeah.
They're kind of reptilian, scaly.
Oh.
Ridge marks.
Don't we have it? Is that the thing that we have in the Roll 20?
Yep,
Yeah,
the Roll20 has the pictures of a Drazi. That's a pretty stereotypical Drazi. As you can see, there's a few examples and all of them seem to be pretty similar to each other. So that, but he's short and boyish compared to the rest of them. Like, his head would be somewhere around this guy's chin in comparison. So,
Thank you. Please continue.
yes, let's close that one down and carry on with the game.
So for the purpose of backstory, where did we manage to find this guy? Did we just find him on a job listing or something?
Yep, he was found on a job listing, and he was actually in your yacht before you switched over to being a mercenary. He's been flying the flying the ship, and he was on a vacation back in the Drazi homeworld. During the retrofit, but that due to the shipping schedules, he was a bit late for the actual opening, so you met up at Babylon 5 instead.
Wonderful. How did his mating season and holiday go, or is that impolite to talk about in Drazi society?
You actually don't know. He seems to be pretty straightforward about all of those things.
I will raise the topic with him out of interest. It's always good to add to my diplomatic repertoire. Not that I've interacted with many Drazis.
Oh, he's
so. How was your break and?
I went to the family. We had lovely fights. Good pearls all around. And I got to see the new Sunhawks on display though. Not. You know Sunhawks, the standard military ships. You've seen those?
Mm-hmm.
The Drazi ships? Yeah. They made a new model. It has bigger guns, so it was good to see. Almost got to fly one. Almost. It's a great shame. What was it the humans call it? With great shame, one must commit a Sudoku. Anyway,
that's a translation software. Like, I just nod and smile, you know.
He's actually speaking rather splendid English, as he's been with you for a couple of years. He's apparently been with humans longer than that and has picked up the English trade language. But there's no need for translation software. So he's right. Is there anything else, boss?
Just.
How did you go? I heard you went to Centauri Prime. Yes.
We did, yes, and there was some diplomatic shuttling back and forth, you know, just a job to defray costs, but.
So yeah, simple job.
Yeah.
Those are the best.
Yeah,
ones.
simple.
Those are the best but boring ones. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm ready to go back to work.
Perfect. Finish up those eggs. You know, you're eating on my time at the moment. I think we started paying you yesterday.
Yeah, you were a bit late on schedule, but hey, I don't mind.
Yep. That's me for that scene, unless there is something of the gunmen burst into the restaurant or something like that.
Fortunately for you, there is no such event on the menu, so
perfect.
So the prime real estate here is quite safe to be in during the most hours. The only thing that comes to your ear is the talk about some small details about some trade going that way, or somebody voting on Maria Crane and getting all the San Diego followers going there. Oi! You're voting the wrong person. You shouldn't be voting wrong. You're stupid.
The relaxing sounds of street politics going on in the background.
Exactly. Oh. And vice versa, and there's a scuffle over there about voting rights and whatnot. Yeah. The elections seem to be heating up people. Okay, back to the medbay, where most of the party is located. Talia is getting off of the bed and like, I just need to go somewhere, and she starts walking away despite the protests of the nurses. She just waves them off and wanders out of the medbay in a slight panic.
I have a question, like a
I have
a game question, like, you know, being if he gives me permission, how would I help him out? Like, how would I be able to like break this shield to figure out what's going on in my friend's mind over here?
Oh, well,
because I know I can do one thing, but I'm afraid of hurting him if I did that.
Yeah, there is the chance that if you force too hardly on any psionic resistance, whoever is resisting will receive physical injuries, not to mention mental ones. But there is a way to try and wiggle your way in. So
You could ask me too, I suppose. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I am not blocking it. I don't know.
Well, I mean, we're assuming that's you blocking. I don't know who's blocking. It could be you. It could be you. You could just be latently psychic. I don't know.
Yeah. You take him out for dinner first.
Yeah.
Yes.
Get him some flowers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some soft jazz.
Yeah. Yeah. I can
wear
do these
something
things.
nice. You got to wear something nice.
I can do these things. I can
Not
do these
too
things.
revealing. A little bit classy.
All right. All right. All right. Yes. All right.
And lots of wine.
Okay. Got it.
Good wine, not the cheap.
All right. I'm going shopping.
No Bucks wine. No Bucks wine.
Get a nice New Zealand Sauv Blanc.
All right, for serious though.
All right. Well, I go over to Landas and Malone, and I just say, well, obviously, as you see, we have some issues, but I would rather not talk about it in mixed company.
Yeah. Starting to wear off, and yeah, we're here in Middle Bay, and a lot of weird stuff going on, and a lot of people here. Yeah, let's best discuss this elsewhere. Listen, if you don't mind, pain's starting to get kicked back in, and I think I'm just gonna chill out for a little bit, if that's fine with you.
I'm gonna actually stand up from the bed, and I'm just gonna walk over and I'll put my hand on Noah's shoulder, and I'm gonna go, yeah, just rest. I only vaguely remember that dream, but all I knew I was scared. I've never been that afraid in my life. Never again.
Do you think that thing's dead, or it's still my brain? I could still feel where it sank its claws into my chest. It's like a ghost pain or something.
Okay. All right. I guess we're talking about it right here.
Anyways, bye-bye.
Yeah.
I'm gonna...
One of the nurses is like, well, if you want privacy, we can try and clear this up, but if there is an emergency and we need a stretcher, we won't hesitate to barge on your privacy. As long as you're here.
No, I'm just going to... Landas, I probably can fix this, but there is a chance that it could hurt him. But
the nurse just walks away.
yeah, I just ignore. But he needs to be fully healed before we try anything, because in that condition, it could probably only make things worse.
That's a very good idea.
See, I look out for you guys. See, man, everything I do is for you.
Sure. I don't want you so defensive, buddy.
No.
I mean, I know I accuse of some crazy shit back there, but anyways.
Yeah. So, but with we also need to get the doppelganger, real one. We're probably going to need their help.
So, what's next then?
I'm unfortunately probably going to go pull rank. And you rest, heal up.
Yes.
You go get a drink or something, man. You look stressed out.
Procedure will dictate that I will have to at least see fear into the ambassador
Think
before I leave.
Zadora already did that, but I guess feel free to do what you need to do.
He might have done it, but protocol demands
Okay.
that it's me that also does it. Even if it's like, at least if I make the attempt, if Malari tells me to get lost,
All right.
then at least I've made that attempt.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go find Talia. But before I leave, I'm just gonna let them know, like, oh yeah, we sent them a bill. I just like walk out.
Sent who? Who about?
I'm gone.
I'm just gonna turn to the doctor and go, nurse, just out of curiosity,
Oh, yeah.
who was paying for our medical treatment?
I don't know that offhand. Excuse me. He takes off a pad and the Centauri embassy. Centauri embassy. How do you pronounce it? Stupid English.
Then just if you don't mind me asking, they covered all the costs, did they?
Mm-hmm. Seems like it. Open.
Is it against regulations for me just to see how big the bill was?
No, well, since he has the patient.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. I'm looking. I'm just going. Thank you. I think I need an ambassador.
And would you like a receipt?
Yes, that might be appropriate. Here's my I'll take that for now, but if there's any additional costs, can you just send me a future copy of the full receipt to this, and I just send her over my actual personal communicator?
Yep.
ID.
You okay?
Thank
Sure,
you.
Done. Anything else?
Well, as I said, I'm just gonna turn one foot at a time. I'm patting one foot at a time on the shoulder. I'm going, right, rest easy.
Oh, right. In case you have more of those headaches, one of these 3 times a day. If it continues for longer than 2 days, come back.
Right. One of these affairs. Any side effects I need to know of? These are the normal Centauri ones. Okay, I know that.
Yeah, that's the. Yep. Aside of that, Sir Malone, Mr. Malone, how are you feeling?
Oh, I'm doing much better now.
Ah.
It's no longer bleeding. Feels pretty good.
Yeah,
How much longer before I could start lifting weights again?
Lifting weights, I would say 2 weeks, but you should be up and walking in tomorrow. But I would recommend against running a marathon, or actually running in altogether until a week. Aside of that, you should be just fine.
Alright.
What's the story behind the gunshots, though?
Oh, I don't know. Last thing I remember is we got into a scuffle with some shuttle, and there was some Narn there, and well, it's still a blur, you know. I don't know if you noticed, but my memory is not what it used to be. To that or to drugs.
Fair enough.
I'm not in any trouble, am I, though? I mean...
Oh, no. Just need to put it in the report what the client said about the origin of the wounds. So, just gonna have to hand that over to security, nothing else. I mean, it's a BBG wound, quite clearly, so I have to fill out the report. So...
I'm just like, still just like leaving the... I say, that is fine if you submit that to, I think it was Officer Welch. He does know about the incident.
Officer Welch. Oh, I know Lou. Okay.
I'd rather just not create additional paperwork for your people. There was an unfortunate incident. Yeah.
Alright, if there are any other pains, please let me know. You, Mr. Malone, I'm gonna have to hold you here until I can allow you to walk, unless you have somebody to carry you where you're going. So.
Yeah, this isn't my first rodeo. I'll be fine.
Fair enough. Okay, that's about it. Meanwhile, what is Femi up to?
I'm looking for Talia.
I know there is a pair of guys going up to the shuttle and the ship. Those guys are still en route, but Femi finds Talia not too far away. While she's hiding her psionic signature, it's very easy to follow as a professional telepath. So you find her sitting in a corner in a corridor, not far from the med lab, holding her head close to her knees, clearly trying to block things from her mind.
I walk over to her. That's kind of, pat her shoulder, and it's like, under better circumstances, we wouldn't be having this conversation. But I need your help.
She clearly takes breath, starts screaming at you, but comes to a more mellow conclusion and merely breathes it out. What can I do for the Corps? Who else knows?
Just the people you've met so far.
So what can I do?
Well, as soon as the man with the shielded mind is healthy, we're going to go on our ship, and you're going to help us figure this out.
All right. Do you mind if I go into my quarters and rest meanwhile?
Not a problem.
All right.
And for now, I would suggest you keep this between us.
Oh shit. Pardon my French. I will be there.
Yeah.
She slowly clambers up from the corner she was sitting in, and just one hand on the head and the other one against the wall. She meanders away.
As she's walking away, I just want to project. Remember, protect the family.
She gives you no reply, but you are pretty certain she got it.
Yeah.
Not like a mafia at all.
No. Hey man. Hey. Those posters are up all around the school.
Hey, forget about it.
Hey.
And I walk someplace to go get a drink because I need a drink at this point of the day.
Okay, I think we are gonna skip a bit on this. Oh wait, Landas was on his way to meet the Centauri ambassador. But no, I think we're gonna go on the ship first, because the shuttle arrives at the Jacaranda, and your Femi goes, "Oh my, this is exciting. It doesn't look at all different, except the observation domes are now guns. I like it. That's creative. I do hope those glass panels are reinforced though. But I'm gonna see soon. And he's just jittery all the way until you get to the ship proper, and he practically dashes through the zero-G space to get to the areas that have been affected by the modifications.
Excellent. I let him amuse himself while I charge the taxi bill to the ambassadorial expense account. And then start going through the things that we have in our hold.
Nice.
Though I do mention to the shuttle pilot, I say, the docked ship, if one was to sell salvage or parts, is there anyone might be able to call to defray costs on this expedition?
Sir, the ship was impounded by the Babylon 5 security.
Someone give me their number.
Yeah, sure.
If you'll
It's in the communication station. Yeah, there is indeed that number there.
Okay, look, there's no rush, but I'm not going to have those people defray their pensions and bonuses fund with my salvage. We'll call them later. Then I'll go amuse myself sort of cracking through our loot. Or what's in the box. The fun game. It's like loot boxes, you know?
Yeah, definitely. There is a lot of art in there.
Excellent. I have a minor in art history.
Yes, you do.
From university, actually. I knew it would come in handy one day. Anything good? Do I see any sort of classic, like, looted, I don't know, Drazi statutory or sort of Narn relics or whatever?
These are all human. These are all human-made art. This is all art that was, as your art history tells you. Actually, fresh memory serves you well. These are all items that have gone lost during the Earth-Minbari War. There were a lot of items that were traded for weaponry, and some that just went missing during the Minbari raids, and all those sort of culturally significant items. As you go through them, they are valuable in that sort of sense, though finding a buyer on them might defray some issues here and there. But you would estimate that the price of these items, there's two boxes of them, total, and you would say that that's about 150,000 a box in finder's fees, and possibly more if you try to sell them on open markets or underground markets even. So there's that.
Just a brief political history. Is this controversial art? Are we talking like the equivalent of sort of looted Nazi art museum pieces, or is it more the
Elvis's guitar,
Earth government flogging stuff for guns?
Mostly Earth government flogging stuff for guns. There is a few items that are more on the Nazi looted treasures type of thing, and there is one that is in your eye, a special piece. I send it to you in Discord.
Excellent.
Your character might recognize that one. But
Ah.
Secrets.
So he's gonna close the boxes and he's just gonna calm down a couple of the burlier crew to just come help him lift and lug it into his antechamber.
yeah, there is that special piece. It's like this size, so it's not very big. Like
Look, he'll carry that himself personally. And then just sort of carefully prop it up on his mantelpiece and just enjoy the thrill.
Yep, there is a mysterious piece of classical art sitting on your mantelpiece. The picture making you smile in a oddly familiar way.
Little smile.
And
right.
it being there just makes the whole room feel much more avant-garde? No, not avant-garde. Classy.
Classy, exactly.
What to do with that piece, though? Perhaps it's the best to keep it here.
Just sit and think on it, perhaps, and reach out feelers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. The Narn in your crew is the only burly one, but also the eager pilot is the other sort of burly guy in the group. So he partakes in the lugging of things.
Mm-hmm.
A bit dismayed that it's sort of cutting into his enjoyment of the new ship feel, but it's a job. I gotta do these things, then I gotta enjoy myself. He's very spirited for a Drazi. Most of them are grumpy and mean and very whatchamacallit.
Surly,
yes.
Stoic.
Surly and stoic. He's a different breed of a Drazi. A cheery and has this sort of innocence to him that you wouldn't expect from a warrior culture. But yeah, either way, they lug the gear into where would you want it? It's 2 tons worth of gear, so it takes a good space in there. The best space for this would be the cargo hold, but if you want it secure in the
I just want the stuff that's caught my eye, mainly the special piece and anything else that is it's 2 tons of stuff. How much inventory can I go through?
Well,
how much is 2 tons of art? Like, it's not normally measured in sort of metric weight.
It's a packaging material that makes the most of it. So there is a few finer sculptures that weigh like a couple 100 kilos and stuff.
Okay, we'll leave the sculptures down here. It's just more the portable and easily damaged stuff, like the paintings.
So you spread them around, or put them, or take one of the staterooms and just stash them there and lock it.
Yep.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
All right. The gentlemen wash their hands, and the Drazi says, "Okay. Anything else? Can I go back to examining the ship?"
Go back to R&R. Well, look, there's gonna be a meeting of the co-owners shortly when they get back, but just spend a couple of days getting ready and relaxing. Let the crew know if any of them would like shore leave. It is unfortunately cancelled for the station.
Well, such is to be expected of such journeys, says the passing Centauri lady, who who lets her ponytail fling in the air in a protest from side to side as she walks away. But other than that, the crew seems to be taking it taking it with a
And
flair
so-
of professionalism. It's only been a couple of weeks of work so far, so
Excellent. Right,
Yeah.
no, that's me until everyone else is back, and we have a round table discussion on what the fuck's going on.
Well, it'll have to wait at least 24 hours.
Ah. Meanwhile, back in
That's how long I'm going to be in sick bay.
back in the Centauri embassy. Embassy, that's the way. Silly English. It's ambassador, but it's embassy. Hey, figure it out. Okay.
But you want to call it ambassadory?
Ambassadory.
That'll make
Yes.
sense.
Yes,
Like- Caravanserai.
Landas finds himself next to the door leading to the ambassador's office.
I'm just gonna stand out, and I'm like trying to pull everything. I'm just feeling the hair, and I can feel it's just a mess. I'm going, just reaching out, hitting the button to ring the intercom or the actual door buzzer. There, and I just press it.
As the buzzer seems to be doing something, at least it recognizes your push. There's a little bit of a wait, and then the door slides open, and there is beer on the other side. Oh, Landas! Come in. And he steps aside, revealing the living room in the ornamental Centauri style. Small but appropriate for someone of an ambassadorial status. There is obviously doors leading deeper into the complex, and there is some chairs and tables and a counter for some things. This is clearly for unofficial visits.
Fear. I am hoping you have settled yourself in.
Oh, it is taking a while to get accustomed. Still need to find out where to get groceries and things, and I'm just going through the ambassador's notes and past meetings and catching up. There's a lot to do here. It's very new and exciting. He's a very coffee man. He went to business somewhere, so I'm just filling in while he's away. Can I help you?
It's just me answering decorum, me just before we potentially leave, just making sure make sure you have settled in, and if possible, see the ambassador. Do you know by any chance where he's went?
Something about a place called the Zocalo?
Yeah.
But Wesley did a good job. To cover for you. It
Yes.
was Wesley, or was it Welch?
Yes. Wesley. Yes, Zadora.
Yes, Captain Zadora. Yes. He did a good job of being your replacement and introducing me to the ambassador, and well, he didn't really take it that well that you weren't there, but he's dealt with humans before, so and you know, ambassadors. Jala, we have. There is some. I think it's still hot.
Yes. Bring it over here. Bring it over. Make sure you take a glass yourself.
Well, no, I suppose.
As a host, that's how you do it. You can't deny your duties as a host.
Well, I should also learn how to make it for the ambassador. I never had to do that to my sister. Always did. That is yes, Jala. Each of these buttons is the hot. Uh, which one is hot for hot in human? This or this?
I think it's that one with the blue button.
Blue button. Okay. Yes. Here's your Jala.
Just take it. And I'm just feeling it and I'm going, what other colours were there?
Red. And green.
Green.
I said, are we regularly colorblind or like?
I'm just going, there's just something wrong. This Jala, this not ice cold, but it's room temperature.
Oh, that's the worst. But let me do one. And as he's fidgeting around, there is a communication station that goes a light over and on the other side of the room. The reads in Centauri, priority message, Centauri Prime.
Fear, you've got a message.
Message.
It's the home world. You have to answer.
His hands full of cups of Jala and he's...
Forget the Jala, just drop it. You have to answer.
He sets them... They fall on the floor and he goes to the communication stations and... yes? Yes, and there is a gruff-looking man with a military outfit there, and this is a priority message from Centauri Prime to Ambassador Molari. There has been an attack against Ragesh 3, advising Ambassador on the situation. Attack is currently ongoing. Attaching reports to the message. Please deliver this at once. And the message goes quiet, and Veer is frozen in place, looking at the screen.
Looks like someone has decided to move against us.
But who? Ragesh 3 is an agricultural colony. I have to go find the ambassador right away. He turns to go towards the door and opens it up, leaving you in the ambassador's quarters as he dashes out. And then after a couple of moments, the door opens and he comes back. I can't. You should leave first, I think.
Sure, Fear. Sure. As I said, I think I'm gonna have to. If you want, I can try and contact Homeworld with save from my contacts if I can get more information and pass it on to you.
That would be good. But and he turns around, forgetting you again inside as he meanders off to find Ambassador Molari.
I'm just gonna wait, see if he actually comes back in. If it's clear that he's just ran off, I'm actually then going to go to the console and say, "Computer, com channel to Centauri Prime, Admiral Milo Cortas."
Com channel beeps, and then it takes a while, but after the while, there is the head of your grandfather turning to look towards you. Landas. What is it?
Grandfather.
What trouble have you gotten us into now?
No trouble that I intended. I've got fear to Babylon 5 and I was just dispensing my duties when we have just heard word about the attack on Ragash free?
Yes, I got a report on my table on it. It started a few minutes ago.
How bad is it, Grandfather?
Apparently there's wave after wave of fighters coming in. They bypassed the minefield and are heading for the colony proper. At the moment, we have no idea who's behind it. The messages are sparse. The local defense station is not communicating. Situation. I think this is going towards war, son. This is
as you know,
going to war.
I'm currently, as I said, I'm at Babylon 5. Do you have any orders for me, Grandfather?
Assist Ambassador Molari the best you can. If you can render assistance, maybe we can repay back the favor you garnered from him.
Yes. Is there any limitations to my service to Malari?
That is up to you to decide what you are capable of doing. I'm hoping you this time around are able to bring pride to the house.
I've got a core of humans around me. Hopefully, with them, anything that I do can be potentially deniable to the Republic. Anything that I do, I'm not military anymore. I'm not doing official duties. I'm just picking up a job here, a job there. Anything I do is
much to the family's shame.
Exactly. Yes, I know, Grandfather.
So, do what it takes to bring glory to the house. And perhaps we can have you a proper military assignment instead of that ensign rank you're stuck with. Beep. And the message is over. And this is where we end the session. War looming upon the galaxy. As nefarious forces work in the background, our heroes are stuck in the middle of things, with one of them in the ambassadorial quarters nonetheless. We will see what sort of shenanigans are up next week. And now we will move this discussion to our Discord. There will be free discussion to anyone joining up. Commentary for the next few minutes. Well, actually, let's hold it here. Since the next podcast we have is gonna be half an hour from now. I'm quitting a bit early, apparently. Old traditions try hard.
This was a good spot. Yeah.
This is a good spot, and there's gonna be a, I believe, D&D 5th edition game coming up.
Yes.
At
30 minutes
at the hour. So 30 minutes from now.
30 minutes. Yeah.
It's gonna be, I believe it was Madavix who's holding that. So
yes, that is.
It's gonna be a wild ride. I do believe we have at least one player here. Lucian. I mean not Lucian, Zimmy. No, wait.
No.
Who was it that was on the game? Was it?
Not me.
None of us.
None of us. So yay.
But we like to promote for other people.
We like to promote for other people. After all, they're our brothers in arms in the same place, same time, same people, awesome people. So
this is a group effort.
This is a group effort, and we appreciate you coming here. If you like this show, please follow, like, even subscribe. Especially if this is YouTube, there will be links in the doobly-doo. And on Twitch there is the information about our Discord, so you can go there. We're gonna be over there answering any questions you have. And if you wanna talk with with these wonderful people over this side. They will be available for your commentaries. Other than me crashing, I think this stream was absolutely wonderful.
Hey
Especially
man,
you guys.
I made $5 out of it.